I was concerned that I wasn't going to be happy with this Intel NUC. It was a little overpriced. I paid like $950 for it, but this thing performs as good as I could hope. I didn't want a big computer because I don't have a bunch of space. I have a motorized desk. But anyway, check these features out. We have, there's the power button. You can stick your speaker in there. I thought that was a bad place for it. I'd rather that. I guess that's for the headphones. But there's no place if you want to plug speakers in except there, although I suppose Bluetooth speakers will work. We have the USB drive and
a USB-C connector. I really like this port now.
We have a SD card slot, which I just discovered tonight, and that's why I'm making the video. I had this for a couple months now, and I didn't realize I've been plugging in an SD card reader into one of my USB ports, and I didn't realize there's an SD card reader there. So I'm going to start using that. That's huge to find because it frees up a USB port because there's not that many. So we have two USB ports there, and I'm assuming that's a Thunderbolt port. We have a data jack there, RJ45, HDMI, the power. I don't know what this thing is here on the side here. I don't know if it's anything at all. Looks like a lock of some sort. We got some air coming out of the sides. So this was, this was a higher end model at the time. Like I said, it's almost $1,000, and it's got good parts inside of it. I think it was like a 10 core. I think it's like a 10 core. I used to have the sticker on, but I accidentally put the sticker on the little piece you take off, and so I don't have the Intel sticker anymore. Or maybe it was a different brand, AMD. The only thing is, you end up needing a lot more USB ports, so you may have to put in a USB hub, which kind of defeats the purpose of the compactness. But I have two there. So I'm using, for the keyboard and mouse, I'm using one USB thing to pair them both. And then I have another port in front here. And then that I got to start finding ways to use that. And I'm getting a high-speed NVMe external drive, which is going to plug into that Thunderbolt port. So the only thing I wish is it had more USB ports, but I can't expect that much out of this tiny little box here. And so the key here, here's what I bought it for. I use my work laptop. It's just not powerful enough to edit video that I want to. I mean, it's got an i7 8th generation. Oh, that's what it was. This was a 10th. I think it was a 10th generation i7 in here, or whatever the equivalent is. This thing is handling video just as good as I needed it to. I mean, if I was doing I haven't done 4K on here yet, but my 1080, which is what most of the videos I make for YouTube is in, it works fine. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. The use case, because again, it's expensive. If you need to do some regular video editing because your machine isn't good enough and you don't have space, like if you need space, I need space. I have a tiny room and I don't have much space. I need something like this. So this has satisfied what I needed for. If this thing ended up not being what I needed, I was going to use it as a advanced, a super duper media center, which I don't even need because I have all smart TVs. So maybe I'd play video, turn it into like a retro gaming thing. But luckily it's performing well. This thing is so much faster than my work laptop. I mentioned to a friend, like an IT friend, that I had this, and he said, well, why did you get that? It's so noisy. It makes like an air noise every now and then, but not the whole time. He made it sound like this thing just sounds like an airplane the whole time. In fact, the noise that this makes isn't as bad as the noise the laptop makes. I mean, it makes noise when it needs to, like when the processing kicks in, if you're like rendering something, but it's not the entire time. It's only when heavy duty processing's happening. So all in all, I'm happy with this. I think it's a little overpriced for what it is, but the parts inside are great. It's got the NVMe hard drive. It's got like, I think 32 gigs of RAM, a 10th gen Intel processor, or maybe it's AMD, and it's fast. It's got all this, it's awesome. So, and it's compact. You're paying for the compactness, so I'm paying for the tininess of it. This thing's a marvel. Even has an SD slot. So that's the Intel NUC